What's going on? We back with the Boxing Clinic and more. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. Talking about music, rap, boxing talk will be coming up later, man. I saw the homie Black Fight fan stream about Jack Johnson. I didn't know all of that about Jack Johnson. I just knew just enough to know who Jack Johnson was and some of his future his downfalls, downfalls and some of the good stories about him. But shout out to everybody, man. Let me know when y'all get up in here. Say something in the chat so I know who I'm chopping it up with, man. We're gonna wait till some people get up in here, man. We're gonna talk classic rap albums, not a classic, is it a classic, you know what I'm saying? And has the term, the definition of classic rap album changed since the music has been diluted or downgraded. So let me know who I'm up in here with, man. Let me know in the chat. Who in here? Say something in the chat. Make sure I get my chat on the right. All right, let me say. Let me know who up in here, man. Say something, dog, so I know y'all up in here, man. Let me boot the computer up real quick. See if I'm getting the chats with my chat down on my phone, man. So, shit, there we go. It's working. What up, Orlando? What up, bro? Fuck was on my account. Oh, I was on my account last. So, all right, we in this hoe. Man. I'm about to start up in a minute, man. 1 minute, man. So I get in there. Be in the chat. I could just hit the YouTube button. But what up, though, man? We up in here, man. Hopefully, I can bring some more brothers on later. Talk some boxing, man. Some crazy shit been going on in boxing. Ain't no fights this weekend, so that is an issue. So, see if we get somebody up in here, man. I know it's early. I ain't want to have to do one early, but shit, I got another one to fit in on another channel. Pretty much, debate pretty much started talking about Drake, and talk about if Drake had any classic albums, man. So, most people say the closest rap classic was Take Care. So then you got people saying that, Take Care wasn't a full rap album. It was more of an R&B mixture album. So that's where the debate came in. But people say Take Care was his closest rap album classic. You also got people that say Rick Ross might not have no rap album classics. I thought Porter or Miami was definitely close. Teflon Don was close. Was definitely close. What's going on, Ken? What's going on, my brother? It's a lot of close rap albums. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't call Drake. I can't call it Take Care a classic though. This is my opinion. I can't call Drake's Take Care a classic because it wasn't a rap album. It could be a pop classic, and I'm gonna keep saying that. What's going on? Rich Gang in the building. What's going on? He fly. I'm not a hater. I mean, you could ask any older historian, man, about rap albums, dog. Like he got a pop album classic. You know what I'm saying? But I like both of those CDs. I like So Far Gone. I like Take Care. I like Nothing Was the Same. Those are good albums, though, man. You know, those are good albums. But by the definition of hardcore rap albums, you wouldn't put that in there with 36 Chambers, would you? And let's go over. It's a classic to you, but in the grand scheme of things, I wouldn't put any of Drake albums in with The Chronic, Doggy Style, 36 Chambers, Ready to Die, Life After Death, All Eyes on Me, Me Against the World. I mean, Reasonable Doubt, Blueprint One, Illmatic, It Was Written. So albums like that are a classic. And how can we define what? I like that one. Slim Thug Already Platinum. I really did like that one. That's the one that had him and Jay-Z on there. I can't remember the song. I was just listening to it another day. What's going on? You ain't missed too much of nothing. We talking about the definition of rap classics. Yeah, Bone Thugs, EST, Established 99. That's definitely a rap classic. But it's hard to say, man, what would be a rap classic today, man. I mean, you got trap classics. I know I say Thug Motivation 101 by Young Jeezy was a classic. You other people that say it wasn't a classic. So, you got to look at it like Rick Ross, Port of Miami. In my time in high school, that's when it came out. That was a classic album. That's an album that we would get out of school, walk to my homie Melvin house, about 4 or 5 of us, play Madden all day, and bang Port of Miami. Then we would bang Chamillionaire, The Sound of Revenge, you know what I'm saying? So, the first game album, classic. 50 Cent, first album, classic. Some of those are non-negotiable. So we talking about, let's say, 2010s. You know, what would be a rap album classic 2010? You know, yeah, gangster rap, yeah, trap album classic. You know what I'm saying? You got let's see. I mean, you know, today it ain't too many classic shits. I would say, Forest Hill Drive, J Cole. I would say, all the Kendricks, man. Even the section whatever the fuck that was. You know, I got that shit by mistake. I bought a phone and that whole album was on there. That's before he came out. That was a good album, but Good City Mad Kid. I know To Pimp a Butterfly became my favorite Kendrick album because of such a the jazz samples, and I used to play instruments. So that became one of my favorite. Damn was pretty good, but I think To Pimp a Butterfly and Good City Mad Kid was good. I mean, Forest Hill Drive was classic in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? You know what you got to understand is this, man. Orlando, what you got to understand? Drake, dog, niggas don't feel that nigga as a rapper, though. We don't. I mean, if he made a straight rap album, him having a ghostwriter wouldn't change that, though. So you know what? A rap album classic is a classic because Dr. Dre, the DOC, wrote the whole fucking Chronic. You know what I'm saying? And Ice Cube wrote fucking Easy E verse on on that first NWA every fucking album. You know what I'm saying? AZ Do or Die is a classic. All right. Yeah, The Game. Yeah, Famous. The Game, definitely the first one was a classic, even though 50 tried to take total credit for that shit. Hating ass motherfucker. And then you got your inner city classics too, like Wherever You From. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Drake is a gimmick. He's a hip hop culture vulture. Him and Post Malone are culture vultures. Sitting Sideways is a classic. But we talking about today, like, I mean, since 2010, what would you guys consider a classic, man? Outside of Kendrick and J. Cole, I know some people would consider, Big Crit, some of his shit is a classic. I definitely got much love for him since 2008. I've been fucking with him before a lot of people know what was going on, but, I mean, shit, I gotta pull up some albums to actually think in my head. Master P, Ghetto Dope. Man, let me see. Some to None after 2010. I'm about to give y'all some let me see if we can get a list going here off of Google or some shit. Let me see. This is going to 2014. This is what I found. Come on, Comcast. Do you nigga do something? Alright, let me see. Okay, this I'm not gonna say this is a credible fucking list right here. This is not definitely a credible list, but I mean they got A$AP Rocky, Live Love, ASAP. I mean, I never really got a chance to listen to that album fully, so I can't give you a fucking idea on that. Method Man Tactical 2, Judgment Day is a classic. Yeah, the first, I mean, I don't know if that's the first Tactical. Most people say that shit was motherfucking, it was too basement sounding, man. Kanye West's first album. Oh, yeah, Kanye's first album was definitely a classic. That was before 2010 for sure. I mean, today, man, today it's been so diluted, bro. The rap albums have been so diluted today, man. So, I mean, some people consider Future's Dirty Sprites a classic. So, today, I wouldn't put it in grand scheme. That's when I first started taking notice. I'm trying to get a list going, so bear with me real quick. Okay, you got let me see. YG My Crazy Life. I like that album. I wouldn't put it as a broad classic today. But I like that. I mean, I don't know who that guy is. Well, yeah, I do. No, I do. AB Control, AB's Soul Control, Schoolboy Q. I mean, I like his first album. I wouldn't call it a classic. It was definitely a shocker. Killer Mike rap music. This is one of them hardcore fucking lists and shit. The Weeknd, I would consider him a rapper. Oh, yeah, I mean Nipsey got more mixtapes, but I like Nipsey Hustle album for sure. That shit was I got that shit on the phone. That shit was a good one. See that Future motherfucker made the joint. That A$AP made it again. Freddie Gibbs, I don't know if people know about that. Kendrick Lamar, Damn, came in at 15. Now this is a debatable one right here. Watch the Throne. Now, most people wouldn't call that a classic, and that came out after 2010. So most people wouldn't consider that a classic because they said it was just something that Kanye and Jay-Z had fun with. So that's a nice debate point. it was a good album though, man. It was a good album. I mean, Jay did his thing. Whoever was writing Kanye West shit do his thing. But I wouldn't really consider that a rap classic. It was something fun they did have fun with. It was a good album, but by Jay Z standards, that might not even be a top three project that he did, man. I liked a lot of the shit they did with what's the gay singer name, man? I can't remember his fucking name. He's gay. I can't listen to his music like some of his songs no more. I can't remember the guy's name, but the one song "No Church in a While," I like that song. But other than that, I wouldn't say it was a classic at all. Um, I really never listened to Vince Staples, so I can't give some. Oh my god, this must be an overall this hip hop classic shit. This rapping R&B. I didn't know Anderson .Paak came out with an album. Oh my god, they got Kanye West Yeezus on here. That shit was so terrible, bro. Frank Ocean, that's the guy name. That's the old boy name, Frank Ocean. Chance the Rapper, I really ain't into him. To Pimp Butterfly came in pretty high. Um, and pretty much Kendrick. Well, here you go one. Kanye West, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasies came in number one, the first rap album from 2010 to 2017. That was a good album. A lot of people praised that album. That's probably his last good work. I remember like '09 came out with 808 Heartbreak. I love that album, but I wouldn't call that a classic. I mean, you got guys like obviously you got your Kendrick. I mean T.I. I mean you got T.I. in there. Do you guys consider Paper Trail a classic? That's another one. American Gangster was good. Yeah. Yeah, I like American Gangster. Jay Z did his thing on there. That was before 2010 though. I remember that is like 08ish, 07ish. Yeah, Paper Trail. I like Paper Trail a lot. That was pretty much the end of T.I. right there as far as making albums. That was basically right before he about to go to jail. I was staying down south and Sun Village to Trinity. All right, that's a good one. So it's basically tough to pick a fucking a classic rap album, even an R&B album. I mean, the grade of R&B has dropped off not too long as well too. Basically it seemed like Chris Brown might be single handedly lifting that shit up, especially since Neo stopped fucking making music and just went back to more writing shit. But definitely before 2010, you had a lot of more classic albums and shit. The Weeknd, that was on the list. I heard that album was Starboy was super incredible. So I mean, today people like I said, some of the youth will say, well, Drake had this classic and shit like that. Most of us for classic was some of that, even some of the raw shit that 3 6 did and 8-Ball MJG, that to the naked ear, that wouldn't be a classic. Mr. Don't Play That, Project Pat, that was a classic for me. That was definitely a classic. What up, Saul? That definitely was a classic. Some of Master P shit. I mean, not Silta Shocker. I should be disqualified for even mentioning that nigga's name in this conversation. Mystical. That first Mystical album he did with Pharrell and them, that was a good one. Ice Cube, America's Most Wanted, that was a good one. In the 2000s, Ludacris Word of Mouth, for me personally, that was my favorite Ludacris album. That was pretty much the pinnacle for him. I like Back for the first. Yeah, Silver Shocker was fucking terrible. I like Back for the First Time as well. Like I said, the first Jeezy album. I like The Recession as well too. I'm a huge Jeezy fan. Some of his, especially his earlier work. Bun B solo album. You talking about Trill? What was that shit called? It was something Trill, man. Something Trill, and I listened to that. I like Bun. Who was terrible? Jay Z. I like Jay, man. I like Blueprint, Reasonable Doubt. That was definitely classics for Jay. Black Album, a lot of people like that. That was another classic. Most people hated the Blueprint too. I can understand that. That was a double dish of trash. But he definitely bounced back from that. Yeah, Trill and Two Trill, I believe. Yeah, it was some shit like that. I like that shit, man. There was a lot of different rap classes, but now you're trying to find you a rap album classic, man. That shit is hard as fuck to find, man. Actually have a good album that's laid out with good. The production isn't an issue today, man. Jay-Z turned rap commercial. Could have. I remember he came out with that Change Clothes shit, man. That shit wasn't a hit. You had niggas selling down to nickel bags and fucking and collared shirts and shit and button ups and shit. Yo, dope dealer trying to look. You got Air Force Ones, blue jeans, and a button up trying to serve you some nickel and dime bags and quarters and shit. Like niggas, you about to go to church before you signed a nickel and dime bag, nigga. Niggas in fucking button ups and shit, man. But it's hard, man. It's hard today, man, because you got guys that you don't even know what they saying, man. Like Migos, riggedy, riggedy, hoo, ha, hoo, ha. I'm like, man, what is these niggas saying? I be looking at my dog like, man, I can't take it no more, dog. I can't fucking take it. I can't take it. But I guess they would curve. I mean, guess what the generations they would curve for the classic was because, when you growing up partying or if you in middle school or high school and this is your music, for you, it would be a fucking classic, it would be a classic. But right now, only thing I really listen to is Cole, Kendrick, Crit. I listen to a lot of Currency, man. He majored like underground right now, man. I would say the Carter 2 was a classic. I mean, Carter 3, that wasn't my taste. It was a little bit too much commercial, but the Carter 2 for Lil Wayne, I think that was as good as it was gonna get for niggas that really love rap like me. See, you go Drake right here. You got Orlando. You got a Drake guy with you, man. With Drake, man, I just don't be, man. If I want to hear a rap album, I want to hear a rap album. Feel me out, dog. So I don't want to be, like on Take Care of the Motto, him and Wayne going, and then he go with the Weeknd, the Crew Love. I don't want that in a rap album. I don't want to be on the high of the high and then on the low of the low. You know what I'm saying? Drake will take you there, man. You be on the fucking high to high. He be talking about fucking bitches playing bitches. And the very next track on this album, he be talking about loving you and rubbing your feet and licking your toes. I ain't got time for that shit, dog. That nigga be playing with niggas' emotions and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? R&B is the shit, but I want a rap album, nigga. I don't want I don't want rap and B. I want rap, nigga. Then I'm gonna listen to an R&B album. I'm put on 12 play Bar Kelly or some shit like that if I'm ready to fuck. You feel me? So, I mean, it is what it is, man. You got your Daytona bootleg from Daytona family. I'm not sure what the hell that is, excuse me. I know he didn't say those lyrics, but you get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying? That nigga ain't no rapper, dog. I'm sorry. I'm going to pee on you, man. R. Kelly early music was sweet, even though he stole Aaron Hall's straight style. But that's when R&B was good. R&B ain't shit right now. Rick Ross, Rather You Than Me. Was that the last one that nigga dropped? Because I remember Port of Miami, Trilla, Teflon Don. Yeah, Rather Me Than You. Yeah, yeah, that was straight. I like that shit. That shit was straight, but I wouldn't put it in classic, though. It was a good album. It was a very, very good album. What else you got out there? Google searches is sucking mad balls right now, man. I mean, New York didn't fell off tough though, dog. We talking about rappers. They didn't fell off hella tough. Hella tough, man. They used to have some dope ass motherfuckers, man. Some crazy ass motherfucking rappers, dog. I mean, at one point they had that bitch on lock. From Mobb D to Lil Kim to all types of shit, man. Shit, man. I heard Jim Jones shit sweet. I still ain't downloaded that motherfucker, man. That Broner mixtape, I take care of all my dogs. I guess I pet smart. New York has the most classic albums in hip hop, but they fell off. Oh, for sure. Dave East, man. I like Dave East. I like him though. I like him a lot. I like Dave East. But yeah, man. New York had fell off, man. I mean, ASAP, he the number one selling. He got the number one album right now, so. I mean, he don't need no fucking, he don't need any motherfucking, how can I say it? He doesn't need any fucking promotion from the radio. So that's good. Anytime you don't have to have promotion from the radio, that's what's up, dog. You know what I'm saying? You go through, man, you see, I ain't like Kendrick last album. That's just my personal preference. Maybe I have to go back and listen to it for a 10th time or some shit like that. I mean, shit, I don't know, man. This fucking search sucks, so I can't. I guess I say in the search. Hold on. Let's see if we can fill up real quick. Yeah, you got a break. Yeah, J. Cole, Sideline Story. I think the name of that shit. Well, that was a good album. Of course, I mean, we haven't talked about Outkast yet, but they got several good albums in my opinion. Stankonia was a good one. I like that album. I don't know if people listen to Outkast like that, but I still bang them like every fucking day. Um, like I said, this fucking search sucked, man. I didn't even know the Outlaw still was making fucking music in 2011, man. T.I. had some shit too. Y'all see? Oh yeah, T.I. had some shit too, man. I like I'm serious, dog. A lot of niggas don't even know that shit, man. That bitch, he was country as a motherfucker. But in 2011, you had Watch the Throne, Take Care, Cold World, The Sideline Story, Carter 4. How y'all feel about the Carter 4? I wasn't a fan of the Carter 4. It was just too much commercial shit. But as far as hits, it was a commercial classic. Wiz Rolling Papers, Rick Ross Self Made. I think that's what that shit is. I think that was the album he did with Meek and Wale. Um, Shit, wasn't too much going on in 2011. I don't know what the fuck. Oh, TN 103. It was alright. Shit. I mean, it wasn't too much shit going on back in 2011. You know, let's just. Well, Wale Ambition. I mean, I don't know how many people ever listen to Wale. It's solid. Illmatic is the best. I mean, shit, it looked like Take Care one, but it ain't a rap album, though. We can't put that in there. E40, Revenue, and Retrieving. Yeah, I like that shit. A lot of niggas went up on that. So I go to 12. Well, you go Kendrick, Good City Mad Kid. Shit. Oh, God Forgives, I Don't. That was alright. Dreams and Nightmares, Meek. It was alright. Based on the True Story, 2 Chainz. I like that shit, but I can't put 2 Chainz in the classic album. I like Based on the True Story by 2 Chainz though. Are we just debating on what's classic albums from 2010s, Trunks, my nigga? We just debating on if we find any out classics from 2010 and now. Here y'all go, Nicki Minaj, Pink Friday. I don't like her ass. I'm sorry. I don't listen to her. Like I said, dog. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You know, you can just tell the slippage in rap, man. It ain't too much in here, man. You know, go to. I mean, shit. Before 2010, rap was straight, man. I think 2010 was a turning point for rap. You know, I really do. Big shout out from the UK, Diplomatic Immunity, my favorite album. Oh, that shit was crazy, dog. Diplomatic Immunity. Oh man, it was the second one you talking about. The first one was better than the second one. I fuck with both of them though, but that shit was crazy, dog. That shit was sweet. Big ass Pelly jackets and shit like that, man. 13 was Yeezus. That shit was terrible, dog. No. Nothing was the same. Long live ASAP. Pusha T had what's my name? I ain't hear that one. Magna Holy Grail, Jay Z. It was alright by Jay Z. That shit ain't no classic. Gifted Wale. Please excuse my French from Montana. He a little pop rapping ass nigga too. Young, rich niggas, Migos. Nah. Ace Hood. God damn, what happened to that nigga? Really ain't nothing else in there, bro. So shit, I don't know what the fuck we was listening to in 2013. Go to 14. Schoolboy Q, Oxymoron. That was a very, very good album. 2014, Forest Hill Drive. I like that one. That'd be one of the classics since then. That was just my shit. That whole album was crazy, in my opinion. Seen It All, Jeezy. Nah. G-Eazy. Who the fuck is G-Eazy? I don't know what the fuck that is. Yeah, ain't too much in here in 2014 neither, man. E40 dropped the album every fucking year. God damn, E. God damn, E. DMX first album, that was like 98, 99, right? I'm from Detroit. Freddie Gibbs and Madlib album was a classic as fuck. Yeah, I listen to Freddie. He from Gary, Indiana, excuse me. J. Cole shit wasn't yes it was, bro. J. Cole shit was a classic. Stop fucking hating. You like Drake. You say Drake is a rapper. Shh. You probably thought What a Time to Be Alive with Drake and Future was a classic. Dreams Worth More Than Nightmares, I bought that shit. That shit was good, but it ain't a classic. Meek. Compton by Dre, that was a good album, but I wouldn't put it as a classic. It wasn't Crying 2001 with a regular Crying, but it was good. Ray Sherman first shit was good, but it wasn't a classic. Um, Ty Dolla Sign, that nigga's more of a singing ass nigga. I ain't never listened to his album. I mean, I don't know who G-Eazy is, but that nigga dropped albums. Ludaversal, nah, I pass. Young Thug, I pass. DJ Khaled, that nigga ain't got no real talent. No talent at all, man. You got Jadakiss top 5 dead or alive. I must have missed that one. And I like Jada. All right, we closing in on where the fuck we at now. The Coloring Book by Chance the Rapper. Not a big fan of his. No, not a big fan. What up, Angel Santos? What did it do? J. Cole classic. Told you, man. J. Cole shit was a classic. You hear what D Brown say, man? What D Brown say? It. See, look, Orlando a little, Orlando a little pop in my motherfucking car and listen to all this shit. Tell me, man, get the fuck out of here. That wasn't even better than Dirty Sprite 2, bro. Young Buck first album. Hey, hell, hey, real shit. That was like sixes. Young Buck shit was famous, but Lloyd Banks shit was cold as fuck too. What was Lloyd Banks shit called? Man, that was my shit. I banged that shit. Him and Young Buck shit, man. That's how I know 50 Cent was a hating ass nigga, dog. 50 Cent, man, both of them albums was cold. Oh, hell yeah. Kurt Carr, excuse me. Yeah, the first Blueprint, we said that one. The first Clips album, Lord willing, I still got the motherfucking, I still got the, my grandma's house, I still got the tape that came with the motherfucking CD where they had all the videos and shit on there, the little extended version. Yeah, Lord willing, that was my shit, dog. That whole album was crazy, nigga. That shit was Mystical first album. I like the one he got with Pharrell, but his first shit was crazy too with the little motherfucker. I think it was the puzzle pieces to make his face. Jadakiss Styles top 5 for me. Hunger for More. That bitch was cold. Banks Hunger for More. That shit was cold as fuck. I fuck with it. Hell Have No Fury was a classic, better than Lord Willing Have. That was the second one when they was talking about Mr. Me Too Trunks. Yeah, I ain't really listening to that one. I ain't gonna lie. Soldier Slim, You Heard Me. Hunger for More. That was 04 bucks. Okay, 04. I fuck with it though. That shit was crazy. 04. But that motherfucking that Hunger for More, Lloyd Banks, and that Buck, whatever Young Buck shit was called, that shit, them motherfuckers was crazy, dog. Good album. But you go in 2016, Chance the Rapper, I don't fuck with him. Life of Pablo, trash in my opinion. I tried to listen to it. Views from Drake, Kevin Gates, Isla, whatever that shit was. I ain't listened to it. Probably was good because I like Gates though. That Gucci Mane, everybody looking, that shit was utter trash. For Your Eyes, Only J. Cole. I was straight. I want to say it was a classic. Kylie Grove, 2 Chainz, did listen to it. 2 Chainz and Wayne. Yeah, I didn't listen to it. Travel Dot 3 was alright. I got a new car, but I wouldn't call it a classic. Royce da 5'9" Layers, that shit was straight. But I'm gonna put it a classic. Tory Lanez, I won't consider him a rapper, but he can rap. Big ass fly up in this motherfucker. As soon as I open the window, it's air the crib out. Nice spray. Then you go last year, you got Damn, 44, verse 44, 44. More Than Life than Drake, didn't like that one. Tyler the Creator, that's a weird looking motherfucker. Future Hendrix. I ain't never get off Future, so I never got a chance to get Future Hendrix. Culture Migos, most niggas like that. Joey Badass shit was real good. I like that. Rick Ross shit, we talked about it. Rather You Than Me. Meek shit, Wins and Losses, that was real good. I couldn't put that as a classic. Logic, I listen to him sometimes. 21 Savage, whatever that ISSA shit stand for. I ain't really listen to that shit neither. Let's see. Raekwon still dropping shit. Missed that one. Then you go to this year, man. Really shit. Ain't really no classics like that, man. Unless you curve the scale for what you mean for a classic is the only way you can categorize a lot of albums at 2010 and after as classics, man. Even Jay-Z 444, I like that album a lot. I still got it on my phone. I wouldn't categorize that as a classic neither. So, when you talk about classics, man, you definitely gonna have to curve the grading scale, man. Because there's no way you could put a Drake Take Care and put it in the same class as a 36 Chambers by Wu-Tang, man. You can never put that in the same fucking class as that, man. Never. Views, man, it's not. Juvie 400 Degrees. I like that bitch. I like G Code too, but 400 Degrees was better. Yeah, we talked about my beautiful Bark Twisted Fantasies. That shit was alright. We already talked about that. Diplomat Immunity. Yeah, we already talked about that too. Yeah, Daytona Nights. I got that shit. I've been listening to that shit, so I can't really make a determination on that. So I keep listening to it. Mobb Deep, Murder Music. Yeah, Mobb Deep was crazy, man. You know, it was a lot of classics in the '90s. I think the '90s might have it peaked hip hop too early though, man, because whatever the game they was giving on the '90s, it really didn't reach the 2000s like that. And then it diluted the 2000s a little bit. Then when 2000s got to 2010s, it diluted that way more. You know, the penmanship and rap is really fell off, man. You know, for real shit. A lot of guys, you know, they can't really write shit that makes sense, man. When you talking about a real classic album, what are the parameters for classic albums? You necessarily, I mean, being commercial isn't, you know, qualified to be a classic album just because you didn't get that commercial push. I mean, obviously the pen, you know, the lyrics, you want to have the lyrics in there for sure. You know what I'm saying? And you want it to be like a story, man, in a rap album. You don't want it to be like a mixtape. The biggest thing about a mixtape and a rap album is the difference is a mixtape is a compilation of thoughts and sounds. A rap album should be from 1 to whatever the fuck it is, 1 to 15. It should be a story. Each song should have something under the title of the album. It should, even if your title name, your album name is Nas. You know, each track should symbolize something that Nas went through or something that represents Nas. You know, that's the biggest, to me, that's the biggest thing between a mixtape and an album. An album should be something that's linked at the hip and it should be a story that should be told under an album. It should mean something. That's what all classics have, excuse me. It means something. It's linked to something. You know what I'm saying? You get something, you get something from the album. What up, famous? It's an age gap. That's why they mentioned in Drink. Yeah, it's an age gap. You know, I feel that. You know, like I said, he a classic about that shit, but I couldn't put him in there with KRS One and some of them other guys that did it back in the day. Run DMC. I think their impact is lost amongst when you talking about great rap groups. You know, to say the Migos saying they're the greatest rap group, they not even as influential as Run DMC was, man. You know what I'm saying? So Snoop Dogg shit from when that was with No Limit was tough. You talking about the Dog Father? I think you talking about the Dog Father. The name of that shit was. Some people say that's the second best work behind Doggy Style. Doggy Style was the shit, dog. Doggy Style was the shit. The West Coast got some dope classics too, man. When you go from DJ Quick shit. What was the name of that shit, man? I can't remember the name of the first one. Was it Just Like Compton? It might have some shit like that, man. That shit was a good one. The NWA first joint was good. And then Q spent off with that bitch. That shit, that America's Most was good. DOC shit was good. I mean, you had some good ass albums coming from out that way, man. In the early '90s, they kind of dominated the early '90s, man. Especially when Dre kind of dropped the Chronic. That kind of just took the West over the top. The Chronic definitely changed the way the impact it had on rap. And then they doubled back with the Dogfather. Not too long after that, then Pac started sounding like a West Coast album artist because everything Pac was rapping before All Eyes on Me, that shit wasn't a West Coast sound of that shit. All Eyes on Me was his West Coast sounding album, and it definitely that helped. That if Chronic and Doggy Style didn't put the West over the top, then that definitely did. But you got to remember, from Death Row, Corrupt was from Philadelphia, and obviously New York. I mean, obviously Tupac was from out east in New York. So Sick Rick Storyteller, yeah, then his ass went to jail. Anderson .Paak dropped 2 classics in the year 2015, but he's not pure hip hop. He's rapping R&B funk. Yeah, I liked him I found out him on Compton out of Drake album. That was a good one. 98 might be the best year of rap, golden age. Y'all gotta look out what came in 98. I know 94, Illmatic, and I think it was 94, Illmatic and Ready to Die came out. But yeah, 98 probably had an X album in there, a Jay-Z album in there. For you, look at this guy, bro. All right, we gonna see the contradiction of this shit. This dude says Forest Hill Drive was soft. Can't compare that to Drake to the Chronic shit. Yes, you can because you had guys that had the same conscious vibe that was classic. The Tribe Called Quest was classic. It wasn't too much soft shit about the Forest Hill Drive. Now Drake, talking about rubbing feet, licking toes, and eating booty holes. That's soft shit, dog. You don't hear about Cole, tricking like Drake and glorifying paying bitches scholarships and playing niggas schools and shit, man. You don't hear that. That's soft shit. Just because this shit was on some chill shit, it don't mean that because he didn't have a hype instrumental with it. It don't mean shit. It was a great album to me. What would be your top 10 albums or albums you listen to the most off top? Uh, Illmatic. I ain't gonna say that's number one, but The Chronic, Illmatic, Doggy Style, America's Most Wanted. I still listen to those, so that's what I think that's about four. All Eyes on Me. I listen to that. I still listen to Word of Mouth. I listen to I said Comcast, Outkast, Thank On You. Uh, man, that's getting dope. I listen to Jeezy 101 still. I know I'm mixing a lot in between there, but those are like eight I still listen to. Reasonable Doubt, I probably listen to that on a daily basis because that was before its time. And Ready to Die, I listen to that shit. You know, them the 10 I run religiously, dog. You know, always in rotation, dog. Still got some of them on hard CD. Can't listen to Drake honestly, but he talented. See, you got somebody with you. Do or Die first album, yeah, Chicago shit. I didn't take you for a cold there, Captain. I mean, you can call him boring, but see, you call J. Cole boring, but most people say Jay-Z boring. Most of the young people. It's more than just your energy level too. I understand what he's saying. Maybe because I can relate to it. Yeah, y'all Outkast had five consecutive classics. Yeah, they was the only South. Because UGK wasn't really mainstream. They was the only South like artists really at the time I can really remember that kind of was like busting through the scene between that East Coast West Coast thing. You know, they was busting through, and they was dropping classics, and some of the classics they dropped was going unnoticed. You know what I'm saying? Some of them albums they was dropping was like really, really going unnoticed because there was so much East Coast, West Coast going on. So it was like a reasonable doubt thing when people went back and said, that was a classic. That kind of passed my ears. I don't want to say Cole corny. I mean, just because he don't get out there and go, whippity, whippity, ha, whoop, ha. But I ain't like his last album, I'll tell you that much. Jay-Z Volume 1 is a classic in my opinion. Yeah, I was just listening to one of the songs on there. It's playing that shit on a little internet radio and shit. You know, I can't vividly remember that album, track from track, but I know it gets a lot of accolades. Which one you say, Volume? Yeah, yeah. That sold a lot of albums though. I think that's the album that almost went diamond for him, man. That goes underrated, dog. That album, was it in the Lifetime or some shit? That go underrated, man. But the Blueprint is when he really went commercial and niggas started noticing him like that. E40 Night Shift, I like 40. 3-6, one of my most influential mystical style classics. Yeah, I was just talking about Mr. Project Pat. Mr. Don't Play That. That was a motherfucking classic. If anything, that was a Southern classic. Sugar Free was the most underrated West Coast. Yeah, that nigga was beat. That nigga had a motherfucking pen and a fucking pen and a nickel or some shit, and that nigga was making a beat. Yeah, that motherfucker. Yeah, a lot of MC8. Cole is a lyricist. Yeah, most people can't get with that, man. Hey, most motherfuckers don't care what you say on a rap album, as long as it sound good. The motherfuckers say the gayest shit ever, and they got a good beat. Niggas won't really notice that shit to down the line what this nigga really said. Niggas won't notice that shit unless you gotta look up the lyrics, man. Yep, but you got Lupe. I forgot about Lupe. Some people think Food Liquor was a classic. You know, he was like a lot of niggas thought he was corny though, especially with that kick push shit. I remember niggas in high school was calling that nigga corny for that shit, man. I went through Cole phase, his best work, still Friday Night. Oh, yeah. Friday Night Light. That's supposed to be an album phase. Lupe got two classics, maybe three. He was just corny, dog. Niggas couldn't get with him. I like the first two. But they wanted him to dumb it down. He wouldn't dumb it down, man. But it's hard. If you had to determine what's the greatest rap album of all time, that shit's probably one of the hardest debates to have, man. I done seen anywhere from The Chronic to Illmatic to different rap albums being the number one rap album of all time. And that's a totally different debate. That's tough. That's tough to say to come on one album that was the greatest rap album of all time. Most Def and Talib Kweli are Black Stars, Black Thoughts. Don't forget about Black Thoughts with the Roots and shit. Forget about him. A lot of people forget about him, man. Late Registration was up there. Yeah. I mean, when you talking about rap albums, ghostwriters don't matter. If you made a good album, you made a good album. So yeah, you had a lot of good ones. Okay, I gotta check it out. T.I. Urban Legend was cold. Yeah, T.I. Hey, we was arguing about that in the barbershop. T.I. might have a motherfucking had some of the best album lineups you had, man. He had about, if you include I'm Serious, I mean, he had a good like 5 or 6 stretch run, man. You know, he didn't put out no bullshit. You know, you go, I'm serious. A lot of people didn't like it, but it was real, real southern. Um, you know, urban legend, trap music, T.I. versus T.I., T.I.P. versus T.I., King. I mean, Paper Trail. I mean, he had a lot of decent albums, man. I used to listen to his albums all the time. So he had a dog ass stretch, man. You gotta respect the stretch that T.I. did have. He had a nice little stretch of talking albums and shit like that, man. Man, you got the real underground niggas too. You know, Dies Effects, that was in the 90s. A lot of undergrounds. But Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauders, and whatever else I can't think of right now because my brain, my brain ain't worth thinking right was, you know, was good as fuck too, man. So you can't forget about them. You know, it was a lot of good rap in the 90s. And it was a lot of good rap in the 2000s, man. But shit, 2010 came. AZ, we got another one for AZ again. When the 2000s came, that shit totally, totally changed, man. Totally changed. Kanye West turned into, I don't know what the fuck that Yeezy shit was. Some niggas follow him religiously, bro. You know, do or die, AZ, okay. Some of them niggas follow that nigga religiously, though. I was never feeling some of the shit that he was saying. He came off like a fake ass pro black motherfucker from the beginning, man. That's why you call the 90s the golden age, because the majority of legends came from 90s. Yeah, that's because the 80s laid the groundwork for that shit, dog. Cause you know they laid the groundwork. They gave the foundation to what rap became in the 90s. So you gotta give them credit too. G Unit and the Locks ran the mixtape game. Yeah. Wayne had his run too. Yeah, I don't even cause Carter 2 for me, dog. I'm sorry. That's it. I like the Carter 1, but the Carter 2 was a classic. You know, I can go back and listen to that shit. That's what that nigga when the Carter 3, that nigga flipped the script. That nigga definitely went for the bag in the Carter 3. Cause back in the 90s, everybody was on what you were saying you had to be a lyricist. Yeah, you couldn't jack nobody's style neither, dog. Couldn't jack nobody's style. And you just look at the difference between the videos too, just how they portrayed the image. It wasn't all about ass shaking in the background and shit. You know, you had, you know, videos that made sense too. Think about, you know, some of the videos Jay-Z had off Reasonable Doubt. That was real life situation type videos that they was putting together too. So anytime you can portray the image that can match the sound, you know, that also makes for a better song as well and a better album. Famous Athletics, what it do, man? Carter 2 is his best album. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you know us young niggas, we can memorize that whole album. That whole album, dog, niggas. Everybody had their little Sony headphones and non-skippable Sony radio or MP3 players at the time. I'm thinking about Ludacris. MP3 players at the time. Everybody had that album on there. Yeah, I mentioned that DLC first album. Hell yeah, that shit was cold as hell too. You know that he was before his time though. But even though he lost that voice, he still was all over the Chronic. That nigga still was writing Dre shit on the Chronic. What up, Ken? It's because it wasn't as many rappers oversaturated now. Yeah, you're right. A lot of niggas just get famous by putting a whack ass shit on the internet and could blow up. The Carter 2 was his best work. Yep. Madden Villain. I don't remember that one. Oh, MF Doom. Trick Daddy. Oh, hell yeah. Hey, man, I couldn't go off without Trick Daddy, dog. Trick Daddy was my nigga before he got fucked up by Trick, though. But Trick Daddy, that nigga shit stayed in rotation. He had, young niggas don't remember, dog. Like Kodak Black and all them niggas that's in Florida now that's rapping. Trick Daddy wore that shit on his back. Yeah, Marshall Mathers LP, you know Eminem had it on lock. You know that. Player Fly got some classics too. Ghostface got 3 classics, all if you include OB Folks. I like Ghost. Unit Bed for Mercy. I like that shit. 50 Cent just didn't let them niggas be great. I think 50 Cent really thought to end it on this. I think 50 Cent really thought that Banks and Buck was gonna surpass him, man. Real shit. I really think he thought that shit, bro. I really do think he thought Banks and Buck was gonna surpass him because they first LPs, it was no excuse why they never followed that up with something better. Like Rotten Apple, he pulled that shit off the shelf, Lloyd Banks. But they was killing the game. You know, I think 50 Cent is just a jealous, hateful motherfucker, man. Honestly, man. I do. But Beg for Mercy, hell yeah, I had that shit too. Had it too. Common Scribe we slept on too. Hell yeah. Then he go up with West Coast Connection and hold his own with them niggas. Yeah, but that nigga, man, that nigga 50 Cent a hater, dog. He a hater. I don't watch what's that show you got? Power. I don't watch that shit. I don't watch TV shows no more, man. When The Wire and The Sopranos went off, that was about it, man. I watched Sons of Anarchy and oh man, what's that shit called? Come on, AMC. Yeah, can't remember it, man. My brain. But the one with the dad from Malcolm in the Middle, he was a fucking meth seller and shit. He sold meth. He thought he was about to die and shit. Can't remember it, but I watched Better Call Saul, the follow up to that shit though. But other than that, man, you know, the Ghetto Boys. Oh yeah. Oh, Scarface Diary. That's a classic. Nas Lost Tapes. Cannabis first album. I believe Cat slept on Bad Meets Evil with Royce and M. Yeah, I slept on that one. Paid in Full, Eric B. Rakim. Yep. Yep. That's somebody said Rick, Slick Rick shit, Storyteller, whatever the fuck that was called back in the day. Run DMC had a few classics as well too. Um, Shit, you can go deep. Deep in 80. L Cool J has some. Purple Haze. I like Purple Haze. Um, I like that. Oh, Big L. He was just rapping classic, nigga. Scarface, The Fix is my shit. So I'm gonna get out of here. We're gonna come back with some boxing talk though later on. See if I can have somebody hop on with me and shit. If not, gonna keep it moving, dog. Gonna keep it moving, dog. Like anybody else got a channel, man, don't hesitate, man. If you wanna come on, man, hit me up. Uh, DM me on Facebook, the Boxing Clinic and more, or on Instagram, the Boxing Clinic 313, or Twitter, the Boxing Clinic and more. If you go to any one of my videos that I upload and don't do a live stream on, all those links and usernames in the description. So chop some boxing up, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We out.